show. Scott Nagy of the White State Raiders here, the Horizon League with us here. 14 wins in conference play so far. Coach Nagy, how things going with you guys up in White State?
Okay. We've been leading the league, the whole year, and sometimes when you're leading the league, I think it's just a little bit different mindset than when you're chasing somebody. And we didn't play great this weekend, but we won out of two on the road and clinched at least a tie of the conference title.
And Coach King, you've already been 4 years at White State, and in all your 4 years there, you've won at least 20 games every year you've been there. How does that make you feel knowing that you set a great coach at the school so far, and you got great players coming through to help playing for you and playing the right way and representing your school and university very, very well so far?
Yeah, I think we've in 4 years we've won 90 games so far, and it I think it mostly is due to the players, and I have good assistant coaches that bring in good players that play the way we want them to and believe in the things that we believe in. And I always say this, that I'm a pretty good coach when I have really good players, and I'm not a very good coach when I don't.
And Coach, so your personal level, you won 500 games, you joined a 500-win club. So I know it speaks to your longevity, the success you had at South Dakota State and here at Wright State. So how did that make you feel? You guys got you at the 500-win club for your whole career in college basketball, college coaching.
Yeah, it was. It's very gratifying. I know a lot of people haven't done it, and again, I would say just, I think number one, I've coached a long time, 25 years, but you don't coach 25 years unless you're winning, because if you're not winning, you don't get to coach. And I think to that, I've just coached a lot of good players, and I've had a lot of really good assistant coaches that have helped us get good players. And, like I say, when we have those good players, then we tend to win a lot of games.
And, consistently winning 20 games 4 years since you've been at Wright State, how do you prepare your young men during the fall, spring, and summer to get ready for this gauntlet you guys go on every year to keep winning? Because you've set a standard. We win 20 games here at Wright State. So how do you all prepare come April, May, June, July, and August to get ready to do this consistently as you've done the 4 years you've been at Wright State so far?
Well, I do think it's a balancing act. We try not to overdo it. Particularly in the spring and summer. And really, we probably spend more time in the spring and summer just working on offensive skill development, trying to help our guys become the best offense players they can become. But it just is, the basketball season is such a long season. We try to make sure we give them plenty of time to rest and do other things, and maybe even train differently so that we don't have their bodies injured, just always doing the same thing. And then, once we get to the season, then we get a little more locked in on the defensive side and spending more time working on the toughness, like whether it be diving on the floor for loose balls or blocking out or rebounding, those kind of things. But definitely during the spring and summer, it's probably a little bit lighter and spend more time on the offensive side.
And, Coach, you made a great point there, because sports science is taking a bigger role here for nutrition-wise, sleep-wise, and strength conditioning-wise. Talk about how important your strength coach is, nutritionist, if you have one on staff, is to make sure that your young men maintain from November 5th through mid-March and beyond, because you all have big aspirations in the NCAA tournament. So how key is it for those people to be aligned with you as well? Make sure the young men maintain, don't get hurt, they sleep well, they're eating well, so you can have guys to play hard for you, so have a good players on the court with you as much as you can every night out there for you guys.
Yeah, our strength and conditioning coach is really a part of our staff, and maybe the most important part. And it's nice to have one so that when they do go to the weight room or if we're talking about nutrition or something else, that it's not just the head coach or one of the other assistant coaches that's involved the basketball side. It's constantly in our players' ear. But he does a good job. He works with them. He's probably with them 5 or 6 days out of the year, particularly in the spring and summer. We live 4 days a week, but also just the nutrition side, make sure that the guys are taking in enough calories and enough good calories to have a good weight gain that we want. And then, like you say, the rest, I think the rest is just as important as anything else we do. And a lot of that we can't control. All we can do is educate our guys and hope that they make good decisions.
You got that right, coach. And also, coach, I know you was real happy with your team non-con wise going 12-2 there, getting those 10-2 there, getting those wins. That to make you really happy because you guys play different styles. Hard to get home games because you guys are good. You have to go on the road a lot. You can't get true home games. And they're doing the non-Horizon League season, so the 10 wins, knowing what you guys are up against, had to make you feel really, really, really good about your team, as they've proven so far in Horizon play as well.
Yeah, and I mean, the probably one of the toughest things we do is scheduling. Because we want to put a good enough schedule together so that it has a good impact on our net. But also, it's not a real easy thing to do to get guys, get other teams to come to Wright State. And if you play guarantee games where teams just buy you to come in there, once you get good, it's hard actually to even get those games because if they're going to pay you a bunch of money, they'd like to know they're going to win the game. And so, you do the best you can to put a schedule together. And then you really hope that the teams you've played and the teams you've beaten have good years because that will impact your net. And the big problem with that is you just don't have any control once you play them.
You got that right, Coach. Now, before you got in Horizon League play, at what point did you kind of think to yourself, out of a really good team again this year as well? Because I know when you tip off November, you sometimes you just don't know until you really get involved and go on. So at what point did you know, your staff kind of figure, yeah, we'll be really good this year as well again, as we've been in the past 3 years before this year started?
Well, we even knew before we went into the season we were going to have a good year. I think one of the things that helped us, that was a little bit of a blessing in disguise. One of our best players, our center, Loudon Love, broke his arm in late November, and he was out 4 weeks. And it forced us to play other people, to play some guys off the bench that got some really good playing time and good experience, which made our bench stronger. And then once we got Loudon back, I think it really helped our basketball team.
Yes, indeed, and also you was really big good for your team. Currently, 14-2 at home, so defending the home court when you have the home games, especially in Horizon League play, is really, really good for you guys. And so, how do you go about making sure your young men are focused at home, that make sure they defend the home court as well as go on the road and get those key wins you need on the road as well to be atop the way you are right now?
Yeah, it's not always easy at home, and there's more distractions because they have their friends and their family at those games, and so sometimes the home games can be harder to get guys focused than it can be a road game, because the road games, when you go, at least the players feel like they have to come together like it's everybody else against them. But at home, sometimes they can get a little squirrely in terms of not playing like a team. But then you always gain the energy edge from your fans and things like that. We have had a good home season. We, like you say, 14-2 and 9-0 in our conference play.
And 14-3 in conference play, and the Horizon League's gotten better because you see Milwaukee's better this year, Green Bay's better with Coach Donner and those guys up there as well. Youngstown State, unfortunately they got you guys last weekend, but the league from top to bottom is getting better. 14-3, I know it's not, you want to get that win like this past weekend, but you have to feel good about that, knowing that how the league has gotten better from top to bottom as well.
Yeah, I think it's taken a little bit. When I first came in the league, I was one of the newer coaches, but over like a 3-year period, a lot of teams changed coaches, and so we've had a lot of turnover here of late. And I think coaches are just starting to get settled, get their players in there, which I think will it's going to help our league, and it's certainly something we want to do is raise everybody's play, because then that helps everybody's net.
And you got Northern Kentucky, Coach. Having a week in between these games, I think it's good for you guys, kind of get us some self scouting as well before you kind of prepare for Northern Kentucky, because Coach Horn done a good job in year one, keeping up with what John Brennan did in his previous years at Northern Kentucky.
Both us and Northern Kentucky have one game in the next 16 days, and so you have to be able to balance getting some rest and then also how do you practice and prepare for those games. But yeah, it does give us some time just to not necessarily focus on the other team, but focus on us. Just like this past weekend, we absolutely physically got handled both games and got out rebounded, and so we're trying to just focus on some of those things. And it's hard during this time of year to practice really hard because you don't want to get guys hurt, but at the same point, physically we're just not doing things the way we should right now, and so we have to practice hard.
And on film, Northern Kentucky, Coach Horn's first year here, coaching Northern Kentucky. So we said on film from him, and as your guys kind of get ready to play those guys this weekend.
Well, it's Northern. I mean, Darren's doing a great job there. There's any question about it. And the first time we played them, they didn't have probably their top player, Dantes Walton, and he's back now. And is one of the top players in the league. And so they're just a huge challenge to guard because they have 4 or 5 really good offensive players that are very aggressive and very physical. And then on the other side of the ball, they play a zone that most people haven't seen, and our league has really struggled with. And they just present some challenges really like nobody else in our league does.
Coach Nagy, good to talk to you again as always, Coach. Hope you have a great weekend and get a win. And I hope to talk to you again in March. You guys go to the big dance for sure. One more time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Anytime. Thank you so much, Coach.
Grab a hold of big breakfast flavor at Hardee's. Try 2 breakfast sliders for just $2.99. Get Applewood smoked bacon or freshly grilled sausage with fluffy eggs and golden melty cheese, all on a toasty little bun. Good morning, start at Hardee's. Available now for a limited time at participating restaurants. Tax not included.
All right, we're back on the Bossman Show here with Lou Hill, coach of the Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros out of WAC Conference. Coach Hill, what's up with you guys, man?
Oh, man, everything is good down here, man. We're down in the valley, relaxing in about 80-degree weather, so a good day.
No doubt, Coach. In the middle of year 4 leading the Vaqueros. Can you believe it's been year 4 already for you out there in Rio Grande Valley?
Yes, sir. This is my 4th year.
Yeah, can't believe it's already been four fast years for you guys. I mean, we had you on when we first got hired, and now it's already you're in the middle of year 4 now.
Yeah. So excited, man. Just thankful and grateful that I had this opportunity to run my own program, and University of Texas Rio Grande Valley gave me that opportunity. So excited about it.
And what do you feel like has been your greatest accomplishments with your players and your staff and your program since you've been there? Because I know when you take over a new job, you have to set your culture, put your stamp on it. So what do you feel has been your greatest accomplishment so far as you in the middle of year 4 here?
Well, it's just been exciting to see the guys that come through here that graduate. That's big for me to get that degree. And each year we've been here, we +5. My first year we won 10. Last year we won 15. The year after that we won 15, and last year we won 20 and won a game in the CIT. So a lot of firsts, it's the 4th time in the history that they won 20 games and the first time that they won a postseason game in a long time. So it's moving in the right direction, and we're just really excited. We started off a bunch of injuries early in the year, didn't get off as good a start as I would like. Then now we've won the last 6 out of 7 games.
And come on, last year's 21 season, Coach. What did you guys kind of prioritize in the spring, summer, and fall to get ready for this run in November? Because I know you got putting those hard yards to play development piece and getting guys stronger off the court as well with the strength coach and eating right, nutrition-wise, sleeping right. So what did you guys really map out the outcome of 21 season to get you guys ready for this year, starting November earlier last year?
Well, we knew we lost a lot of leadership there. We really tried to establish that, like who was going to lead us and who was going to take that step up with all the vacated spots going. And Leslie and Jordan and Javon has done a really good job, really, especially down the stretch here of doing that. We start off, like I said, Javon's been hurt all throughout the year, and he was our heart and soul. But Jordan Jackson, Leslie Bonner has done a really good job of stepping up and really starting to lead down the stretch.
And, Coach, for you guys at your level in the WAC conference, how important is play development piece for you guys, getting guys better individually, daily, throughout practice and drill work and off-season work as well, getting those guys, just as coaches, getting them guys shots up, working with them with their dribbling and then their drills and film work? How important is it at you all's level?
Oh, it's very important. We're not going to get the 5-star recruits. We're not even probably going to get the 4-star recruits, but we try to get the best players that fit our system. And then each and every year just try to get them better, to make them improve. Like Leslie Barner, who leads us in scoring right now, him and Jordan Jackson has improved every year that they've been here, and that's what it's about. And they're seniors now and having a good senior year. And Javon, when he first got here, he couldn't shoot the ball. Now he's shooting at a high percentage. So just watching those guys develop is really exciting. And we work really hard on individual work and in the film room with them.
And, Coach, being in Texas, there's so many D1 schools in Texas. So How do you separate yourself in Rio Grande Valley to a young man and say, hey, you want to come here, play for us, and play our solid ball, enjoy the valleys? Because, so many great schools in Texas is D1 already. So how do you kind of separate yourself and differentiate your program and say, hey, give us a shot here as well?
We try to sell our vision, try to sell our conference. And, we tell kids the truth. We don't try to play games. We not for everybody. The Valley is a unique place, and everybody not comfortable being here. But, we love it. The weather year-round is beautiful, palm trees, a big Hispanic culture, So we embrace the difference, So and we tell everybody, you come here, you're gonna work hard, you're gonna get a degree, you're gonna play some good basketball. We try to play, as tough a schedule we can in the preseason, and then once we get into conference play, I think the WAC is an underrated conference, mid-major conference.
And speaking of this preseason, Coach, because I know you only got 5 wins this year, but you kind of mentioned about why that was. But a lot
of
fans
only got what?
You got 5 wins in the preseason this year. You mentioned about the injuries that you had with your key players there. But fans don't understand about at the WAC level, you don't get as many home games as you like. So you got to go on the road, play guarantee games. You got to challenge yourself to get ready for WAC play. So the record might not really determine how good your team is because you have all the layers that I just mentioned before you get to the WAC play is going on in November and December there.
Yeah, we play, like we played Oklahoma, we played Texas Tech, then we played, quite a few people on the road and Creighton, so really tough non-conference schedule. And then we played that, we're not a full team, you know what I mean? So It's hard enough. I don't even know if we could beat them with a full team, but then when you hurt and you're not healthy, especially at this level, especially with us building a program, we just don't have the depth yet to sustain if certain players get hurt and injured that we're not as good. We're not as effective. So, but, that's part of sports, right? And what it's done for us, we can't use that as an excuse, but that's just the real. But what we got to do is our guys just got to get better, the ones that's out there playing next man up. And we didn't start off fast, but right now we're on a good roll. So now that we're healthy.
And, Coach, what do you feel like your team's really improved on from November to now? Because I know when you get started, you kind of don't know sometimes, especially when you have injuries as well. You don't really know what you have, but guys are still stepped up for you. We feel like you've really improved on from November to now. Here we were saying late February, heading into the key part of March, where you want to peak right now in March here.
Well, we really picked up our defense. Our defense and rebound has really picked up the last 6 or 7 games, and we really starting to play tough and on that edge, and we getting out. We call it defending, rebounding, running. We're really doing a good job of attacking offensively now.
Yeah, because in college ball, we all know is when you play downhill and attack, the referees might give you those whistles. If you're just taking jumpers, it might not get as many calls. But if you're playing downhill, most time in the college game, the ref gonna give you a call. So how important is it to your guys, hey, to get out there, get the rebound, push that ball down the court, stay downhill, try to get a call, get guys in the bonus. We can set the line, get us some free hit points, and set our defense if we make a foul shots.
Well, I think it's important to just attack, and my personality is aggressive anyway, so I want my team to be aggressive. And if you're not, we want to attack and drive and kick and shoot threes, but if you don't have threes, we want to get fouled, get to the free throw line. You definitely want to shoot more free throws than your opponent, and we don't want to foul on the other end. And that's if we score, we can set up our pressure defense, and that helps you just to get in a good rhythm. And if you're not scoring, you always run it back defensively, so you never could, get in the rhythm.
And, Coach, you guys are playing real at home, Coach Hill, 10-3 at home right now. I know it can be hard for young men to play at home. We got family in town, distraction with your friends, your classmates. So you guys locked in at home in the Valley there, so 10-3, because you want to win those home games for sure. Try to split on the road in conference play.
Yeah, no, we've done a good job. It's funny, it's been opposite this year. We haven't been a good road team, but a good home team. And last year we were a great road team, but not a good home team. So we just switched up a few things, as far as with our guys at home, and they have embraced it. And our crowds have been tremendous this year. So, now when the guys come out and play, they got that home court advantage and that home court feel. So it's been the fans and it has done a great job here, and it made our players play a better brand of basketball at home.
Now, Coach, you got Bakersfield this week, and I know Coach Rob Barnes does a great job out there with those young men. So
Awesome.
we're seeing on film for his great Coach Barnes and his guys coming to play you guys.
We're going there.
Oh, you're going there? So we got
they've
some
already
on
been
film from him so far.
Well, they just, there ain't no tricks to it. They probably one of the top two most physical teams, well coached. Coach Barnes does a good job of making his guys play hard and playing selfish, and they're a great rebounding team. So, it's just going to be a physical battle, and we got to be ready for that they got such great athletes that get out and run on misses, on makes. They going to just run their offense and then pound that ball, and then if they miss it, they going to climb your backs to get it. So we got to be prepared for that for 40-plus minutes.
Now, Coach Hill, it's late in the year, man. So how do you keep your young men focused on the task at hand, Bakersfield, not look ahead to, what's coming up here in March here real soon?
Well, we just prepare them. We work hard in practice. I've shortened practice, as you get out in this time of year, you don't have long practice. You just make it short and sweet and tough and hard and just stick to the basics, just rebounding, defending, and that carries you a long ways. And if you play unselfish, you give yourself a chance.
Coach Hill, I'm glad you're doing a good job, man. You're year 4 here, man. I love South African American coaches still sticking in strong because not many of us in the business left here. So we want to have many of us if we can keeping it going. So I'm glad you're doing well, and the Valley's down there representing, showing you love, man. We'll definitely be cheering for you guys. Make sure you guys keep going at Wax Standards, man. Hopefully you get punch that ticket to the big dance here.
Oh, man, that would be beautiful, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime, folks. That's Lou Hill here on the Bossman
All
Show.
right.
Sally Beauty's new all-in-one hair color kits make it easy to color your hair at home. Get everything you need to color for beautifully radiant results. Loved by professionals, open to everyone. Sally Beauty.
Yeah, no, it's been a great first year. We're 14-13 right now, and we're 8-8 in league, and the top 5 teams in our league get buys that first night of the conference tournament. So we're right there. I think we're tied for 4th right now. So we got to find a way to get some wins on the road this weekend. We got Sacramento State tomorrow night, and then at Northern Arizona on Saturday. Two tough places to play, especially on the road. And but a lot of it, we're all kind of jumbled up in that for those seeds, for the bye. And the next 4 games, the last 4 games of conference is gonna tell a lot because we all play each other.
Yeah, Northern Arizona was right there, right below UNCO and Eastern Washington. Of course, Montana always up there at the top, but you play the guys real tough. So how do you guys feel, Coach Sprinkle, that, Travis, Coach, you did a great job. You got them tough pretty much. I know you only won victories, but you played them kind of tough there, knowing how good they've been over the years.
Yeah, we did. We played well, and I thought, for how inexperienced we are at the Division I level, I thought our guys, they competed because it was a high-level game. We just couldn't make shots. And credit to their defense. I thought they defended at a really high level, but we just couldn't score it. We were 3 of 20 from 3. I think we missed 12 layups. Some of them were contested, some you just got to make. And, especially to beat a really good team, to finish.
Yes, indeed. Like I say, from top to bottom, the league is tough. Like I say, even the team at the bottom can buy. East Washington lost to the 2 worst teams in the standing wise in the conference. So on any given night in the Big Sky Conference, as you know, Coach, it's a tough battle no matter who you playing. So these last 4 games will be very key for you guys. So how are you keeping your young men the focus to tell them that, hey, you got to play good late February and early March to make it to the big dance and punch your ticket, because this is the way you want to peak right here, right now.
It is, and the one thing I like about our team is we've been in a lot of close games, and and we've won a lot of close games. Starting with the tournament we played at UNC Greensboro. I think that's the best win our conference has had. We beat Greensboro at Greensboro early in the season, and I want to say they're in like the 60s of the RPI right now. And but we've won a lot of close games, and that's what it's going to take down the stretch, and especially in the tournament. I don't know the stat anymore, but I know in the first 10 games of the conference, the Big Sky Conference had more one-possession games than any other conference in the country. And so, there's a lot of parity, and it's going to be a fun tournament.
I know it's after close games you was playing, and I was going to ask you about that because, when you kids learn by being thrown to the fire. They only learn and just sitting on the bench. So getting having to experience these tough games where you go either way, here or play here or there, it helps you when we go to film session and practice talking about how attention to detail is very key. So winning these games, because if we don't pay attention to detail, make the right rotation, be in the right spot, set a strong screen, come off of the cut the right way, then we run the play the exact way that's executed, we'll win the game and not lose it. So going through those experiences, some good, some bad, has to help you guys this time of year. Where the key where a loose ball, 50 ball here and there, determines where you win or you lose and go home for the offseason.
No doubt. In fact, I need to have you come say exactly what you just said the last 20 seconds to our team in film. Because
I would love to.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It comes down to a missed box out at the end of a game. Two guys they don't pinch. And some guy gets a tip and they hit a three. Look at the Carolina Duke game. And it's just the margin for error is so small at the Division I level, and getting that through our guys. And we've taken our lumps with a couple of those. We lost at Bakersfield on we were up and 14 seconds left. We inboxed out at the free throw line. They got it, made 2 free throws. Won the game. And but that's something too. Like I said, the young teams have to go through that stuff. Sometimes those lessons they're hard to deal with at the time, but in the long run, they pay off. And, we've had to teach our guys a lot through film this year, and I think they've done a pretty good job responding with it.
Yeah, because I feel like this is a film coach. You know this as a coach as well. Me having played ball myself, so I know this well. The eye of the sky don't lie. The film does not lie. You can ask a young man, what are you thinking about on that rotation there? Or when you should have flared, we should want to do a V cut, we want to do a back cut, whatever the case may be, they missed it. You can ask the young man, hey, if that's what are you saying, what are you thinking? Because they can't run from it. They have to be hold them accountable to be special scouting reports, attention to detail, understand, what you're trying to teach them, shoot arounds as well, and doing timeouts, because I think that's the hard part for young guys is keeping them focused on all of those small amount of details about the game that makes the difference in the second half, and especially during this time of year as well.
No, exactly, and it's just everything is details. Everything is details, and especially at this time of year, it's just like we said, it's such a small margin of error, and but then also it just comes down to players making plays. Guys got to make shots this time of year, and that's the fun part about late February, early March is seeing guys step up, and this is where guys make a name for themselves.
You got that right. What's funny about you say that is making shots, because the Hawks, the thing is it's a make or miss league. They all say it's make or miss. We can have the best scheme in the world, but it's always come down to make or miss. That's what it all boils down to.
Make or miss. And we need to make some this weekend. I know that.
I hear that. Coach, talk to you when you got the job in the spring, man. So talk to us about your transition and how the program is kind of growing more under you. You're getting more your feet wet a little bit more. You're making those house calls now. It all starts with you now. So how's that been for you?
It's been awesome. It's been I have a really good staff, which has made the transition a lot easier. Some experienced guys and hungry guys. They love the players, they love working out, they love to grind, and that's made the transition a lot easier. And I also have a really good senior point guard, Harold Frey, who I think is one of the best point guards in the country, to be honest with you. And he's a great leader. He's made some huge shots. I mean, he's the one that had the number 1 play on SportsCenter. He hit the half quarter against Greensboro to beat them, and and just his feel for the game, and he makes everybody better, which has not only made my transition here, but it's made all the newcomers transition easier too, because he makes them better.
And, speaking of those newcomers, what did you guys kind of focus on in the summer there, your first summer there, in the early fall here, getting ready for November? Because I know when it's your first year, you're trying to establish a culture, establish a brand, establish new work habits, new lift habits, new eating habits. So how was that getting the young men to buy in, especially the newcomers, and especially the ones who stayed around and believed in you and your staff's vision for the Montana State Bobcats going forward? Yeah,
well, I mean, they were, we weren't a very good, as a program, we weren't very good defensively before I got here. And so I knew that had to change. We were statistically one of the worst teams in the Big Sky the past couple of years. And so I knew that culture had to change for us to have a chance to win. And so in the summer, for the 21 practices we had, it was probably 98% defense. And I mean, slides, ball screen, I mean, you name it. It was the hard stuff, the grind stuff. And we the guys really bought into it because they knew it was important for them to win. And, so we haven't had to fight these guys on any of that, which has been, a blessing. But, we still got a long way to go. And, but we focused in on the defensive end of the floor, which is, gave us a chance to win 14 games so far, and hopefully more down the stretch. But, and then I think you asked about, where do we focus in on our recruiting? And, we signed, I think, 3 junior college kids and 2 high school kids late. And then we have a transfer sitting out that was at University of Missouri, Kansas City, who averaged about 16 a game there in the WAC, that we're excited about, that will be eligible next year. And, we got a couple overseas kids. I think we have 6 guys on our roster.
I was going to say, a lot of international kids. A lot of guys are international kids. I saw that.
Yeah. Yep. And from everywhere, from Toronto, from Spain, Germany, our best players from Norway, the point guard. So, it's been fun. Plus, it's been fun just, having those guys mesh together. I mean, it's funny because I'm sure they're cussing me out in different languages. I don't even know what they're saying. But it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
And I know you wanted more wins in non-conference, but getting 6 wins year one, knowing you don't get people to come to Montana State to play you at home, and to go on the road a lot, playing in terms like at Greensboro there, having to see different styles, having a young team. I mean, 6 wins, considering all things, to me, was very good for your program. Gave you guys a
I'll tell you what, I was happy as hell with 6 wins. I was happy as hell with 6 wins. As new as we were, and I knew the teams we were playing, like Greensboro, was really good. South Dakota State is really good. Appalachian State, really good. Wisconsin, Green Bay, and they put a beat down on us. They showed us how good they are. So, I was happy with how soon our guys, kind of started playing well together.
Yes, indeed. And I feel like, when you have a good non-league, it gives you a good boost into the league play. You're 8-8 right now, so we talked about you're in the hunt there. Sac State on Thursday night here coming up here. So I feel like this coach, you see him every day. But I feel like that toughness they showed in non-con and got some confidence as young men, and they let the ground beat them. They understood what's going on here. And got to play guaranteed games, all that kind of stuff. And hey, we got guys on our level now, the Big Sky guys, who we can definitely compete with every night if we play the right way and defend and rebound for sure.
No question. And that's what I wanted to challenge our guys with. Playing in an environment like at Grand Canyon, which is just, it's like a rave. The place is rocking, and at Greensboro, where teams going to press you, and they have great athletes. And, they put us, they stress you. They put you in some stressful environments and situations. So, I thought, all of those. And we played a bunch of different styles. We played teams that run and gun and press the whole time. And we played slow, grinded out teams, which I think, which is what our league is. And so we wanted to prepare them for all those things that they were going to see in the league.
Now, Coach, for you, this is your first going around in the Big Sky again as the head man. So what's it been like for you, of course, preparation-wise, seeing these coaches for the first time, some second time now through now? How's it been for you guys kind of get acclimated to your conference and how these different teams play?
It's been, it's been a challenge, especially going from an assistant to a head coach. It's hard because, every scout is your scout. You don't have time to, I don't have 2 weeks to just work on one team and know everything they do. We play a game on Thursday, and the game on Saturday, I got to start on Thursday night, and I got to be prepared by practice on Friday, and then, I still got to know everything about that team, but the window's a lot shorter, and it's a lot less sleep. But, that's where, having a really good staff comes into, and, getting different ideas and different game plans and things like that.
Well, Coach Sprinkle, you're doing a good job in my book, buddy. I'm glad you're doing well. Hope to see the Final Four here when you come to Atlanta, where hopefully it'll be warm for you because it's cold today, Coach. It's in the 40s and raining, so it's not
too that's not even
weather.
Cold. Come on up to Montana. I'll show you some cold.
Hey, I'm scared, Coach. I'm scared of that.
We'll get you up there someday.
All right. Hey, Coach, have a good talk to you real soon, buddy.
You bet, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, it's Dan Sprinkle on the Bossman Show.
How do you feel about your office? Is it just a space for your company? Or is it a space to help you grow your company? From new HQs to satellite offices, with WeWork, you can find a space that works for you. Visit we.co/space matters to learn more.
All right, for about the Boss Man Show, time for the JC Sports Report. Going down to Memphis, holler at my man, JC Smith. Bruh, what's good in 901, man?
Boss, man, everything's everything, man. We in hibernation right now, man,
Man, what you say? Hey, look here, this last weekend of Black History Month. March is right around the corner, so it's March Madness, man, and the Grizzlies has a key month of March kind of maintain that 8th playoff spot, man. What are your thoughts on the Grizzlies? Prospects keep holding off Portland and New Orleans, all these teams trying to chase them for that 8th playoff spot, man.
Hey, man, the stakes are high right now. You know what I'm saying? Seems like at this point, we knew the Grizzlies were going to be in for a tough stretch of games after the All-Star break, knowing that the Grizzlies had one of the toughest schedules, remaining of any, playoff contending team there. So we knew it was going to be a tough stretch. And, a lot of the locals here were thinking, okay, this 4-game road trip, if we can just get one game, that we'd be okay with it, with just winning one game on this road trip. Right now, the Grizzlies are 0-3, and you got a nationally televised ESPN game down in Houston tonight, and it's a great chance the Grizzlies lose that game, and they're staring at an 0-4 road trip to come back home with. But they're saving grace the fact that New Orleans lost last night, Portland lost last night, so you still have a little cushion, between Memphis, New Orleans, Memphis, and Portland right now. But it's gonna be tough, man. Like I said, the Grizz, have been one of the more healthier teams, this season. Not dealing with any serious injuries. Now you got second year pro Jaren Jackson. You got him out with a knee strain. Brandon Clark is going to be out for a number of games also with his ailment. So, it's going to be tough going forward, man. I'm not sure if the Grizz going to be able to hold on and secure that 8th playoff spot. But all in all, if they don't make the playoffs, it's still been a great season, man. You saw what you have in John Morant. You see what you got in Jaren Jackson. You got a nice little nucleus to work with. Dylan Brooks, Brandon Clark. You got Justice Winslow to add next year. So the future is bright, man. But these last 20-some games coming up, it's going to take a miracle, man, for the Grizz to hold on and hold on to the 8th spot.
Well, they got some help coming because they play the Hawks on March 2nd in Atlanta and March 7th in Memphis, and I'll be there for that. So it could be 2 wins for you guys next week.
Hey, man, and knowing the Grizz, look, hey, Trae Young go out for 50 in both games, man, and the Hawks win, man.
Well, I'm hoping that doesn't happen for draft pick purposes. Hey, I cheer for losses every night, not wins. So, because when we win, we still lose. Okay.
No doubt.
Ping pong balls.
No doubt.
Now, I was debating this with some guys, man, in the arena about this. The Clippers, it don't matter what seed they are, bro. It don't really matter. They get the 2 seed. It don't matter if it's the Lakers court or the Clippers court. It's just, if it was the Clippers court, it'd still be more Laker fans than Clipper fans. It don't matter. That's why I said Clippers, you get the 2 seed, being from Denver. The 1 seed does not really matter in the Western Conference because both teams are in LA. And we know that whether it's a Clipper court or the Lakers court down, there'll be more Laker fans at Staples Center than Clipper fans.
It's a funny thing about the Clippers. We saw what they did to the Grizz the other night, and they looked like world beaters, man. But are we sure? We know they loaded up as far as the roster from 1 to 12. Like they're stacked, they're loaded, with the firepower they have. But is it me, boss, or does Paul George? He doesn't look right, does he?
He does not look right. He looks
like
still.
something. Like it still hasn't clicked yet with Paul George on this team, man. And that's something to look at, come playoff time when they do, meet up with the Lakers, man. Like if Paul George is still not, the PG, that we know, what I'm saying, like then what does that mean for the Clippers? Like if Paul George is not clicking on all cylinders, can they still beat the Lakers? I think that's a very good question to raise at this point. Paul George, man, we've heard of some friction, some things going on in the locker room. Doc Rivers is a great coach, and I'm sure he's, going to try his best to figure out how to make it work for everybody involved. But, I still like the Clippers to beat LA, but man, I think Paul George is not clicking. Like, man, like who else can you count on that for sure is going to, be able to step it up in crunch time in the playoffs other than Kawhi Leonard on that team. You got Kawhi, you got Sweet Lou. But is there anybody else that you could say for sure, hey, they're going to, bring it. They're going to have their A game ready for playoffs. And, if it's not Paul George you throw in that mix, like, I don't know who the other guy you can point at that you could just guarantee is going to give you buckets.
It's just Kawhi and Lou Will, and Paul George needs to be at third wheel. He needs to be two. He needs to be two. Lou Will needs to be three. And then you have a mixture of Marcus Morris, and you go throw in Montrezl Harrell and those guys, Pat Bev and Reggie Jackson. Those others. There's no Shaq talking about the others have to produce in the playoffs. The others must produce for the Clippers.
No doubt. It's something to keep an eye on because Paul George, he's hovering around 20 points a game. He's shooting in the low 40s as far as the field goal percentage. So, that's, low numbers for him that he probably hasn't seen those type of numbers since his rookie year. So, something to keep an eye on, man. I know he's coming off, injury, at the beginning of the season, but he still doesn't look right to me, man, in a Clippers uniform.
And the Milwaukee's 50 wins right now, and 8 games ahead of Toronto, who are 42-16 at the moment. And JC, I'm looking at this. Milwaukee has had to be as good because Toronto is somehow maintaining without Kawhi Leonard, who they lost, and injuries to Ibaka and Gasol, and they're maintaining. So the job Nick Nurse is doing up there in Toronto has been one of a kind. So think about this: they are 50-50-8 right now, but they had to be because Toronto's been so good right behind them.
No doubt. Like you said, kudos to Nick Nurse. Everybody thought that the wheels were going to fall off Toronto with Kawhi leaving and everything, but he's been able to keep that thing afloat. Pascal Siakam was an all-star this year, man. Kyle Lowry's an all-star. Like, they just got guys that just know how to win, know how to play, man. So Toronto is still, in the mix in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee, quiet as it's kept. Milwaukee is on pace to win over 70 games. I'm saying the way they're going right now. They might finish in 70, 71 games. Like, that's crazy when you think about it. And of course, them being in Milwaukee, they don't get the, press that they should. But Milwaukee is like, you can make an argument for them being literally the best team in the league right now, this year, man. And they still don't get no love or anything, man. It's really going to take them doing something in the playoffs for them to get that love and to come out of the East. Giannis may be on his way to a back-to-back MVP season with the numbers that he's putting up. But it's not all about Giannis. They got other guys also that can, give you that work. At a moment's notice, man. You're talking about Chris Middleton, another all-star buck there, man. The guy that can knock it down from the perimeter, man. And the Brooks brothers, this is guys. I'm sorry, the Lopez brothers, Brook Lopez and Robin. These guys that just know how to play, man. Great veterans out there just doing their thing. And like I said, Milwaukee and Toronto, it's going to be a battle back and forth. I can't wait to see them match up. Hopefully in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm out on Philly. Boss, I was a big Philly guy to begin the season, but they looked very dysfunctional, very divided. So I'm not feeling Philly right now. But I think it's a 2-horse race in the East, man. Definitely Milwaukee and Toronto. That's going to battle it out to advance to the finals there.
And they bringing my boy off the bench now, Al Horford. So
right. That's your guy. Yeah.
They paid him all that money, 4 years, $109 million to come off the bench.
No doubt.
You kidding me? So
yeah, him and Mike Conley. Mike. It was reported today that the Jazz are going to bring Mike Conley off the bench going forward, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, $35 million a year off the bench. Yeah,
man. Jesus, it's good to have all that money. It's good to have all that money. Well, somebody who's trying to make some money, Jalen Hurts of the Alabama Crimson Tide, now the Oklahoma Sooners. It was a report today that nobody's asked him to work out as a wide receiver. Why is it that always is a black quarterback who's mobile? There's always narrative that want to make them a wide receiver, like Cordell Stewart or Hines Ward, or Antoine Randall L., Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick at a time, Marcus Vick at a time. Like, why is it when it's an athletic black quarterback? The first thought is make them a wide receiver or a running back. Please explain, brother.
Exactly, bro. We got to stop this. The NFL has to stop this. The media has to stop this. We saw, like I said, Lamar Jackson go through the same thing, and he has put up, he just put up one of the greatest seasons ever. by an NFL quarterback, man. Just because your skin is of, a certain hue, or, because you have these, athletic traits that are just through the roof, doesn't make you a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're special. Lamar Jackson's special. Jalen Hurts is special. Tua is special. Okay, so are we going to make Tua, a receiver, a running back, because he's fast and he has quick twitch, and you know what I'm saying? It seems like it's always coded towards us, in regards to making a guy that's obviously a quarterback. You saw him do it at Alabama. You saw him do it at a higher level at Oklahoma, and a guy that was in the running for the Heisman Trophy all year long, man, under the right scheme, under the right playbook. Jalen Hurts can be a successful NFL quarterback. You see where the NFL is trending. They're trending towards the mobile quarterback, the spread quarterback. It's trending towards that type of league now. Where college game plans, college playbooks are NFL are becoming very trendy in the NFL now. So and look at Arizona, with Kyler Murray. So it's just something that's happening. So you mean to tell me, the way the NFL is going, you still talking about making this guy or asking him to try out a different position? Nonsense, man. And if I'm Jalen Hurts, you stick to your guns the same way Lamar Jackson did, and you say, look, I'm not going to be a running back. I'm not going to be a receiver. I'm a quarterback, and there will be some team that's going to draft him 4th, 5th, 6th round, and I bet you anything he's going to be put into a situation that's going to be friendly to him, and he's going to be able to show what he can do at the next level.
Yeah, so I really hope that, he sticks to his guns and don't let them label him as what they want to label him as. So, Jalen, good job, brother. Good job. With JC, the sports report has flew by as always, my brother. We'll do it again next week, man. And next week I'll be in Memphis with you. Hawks, Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum, then downtown. It was on Beale Street, and live it up with you guys as we used to back in the early days of the Bossman show. We come down there and make it happen.
We're gonna shut it down. We're gonna shut down Beale Street, man. We're gonna hit up all the bars, eat all the good food, man. The FedEx Forum is not ready for us, man.
It's not. I look forward to it, bro. Hold it down. We'll see you next week, brother.
All right, boss.
Anytime. It's my man, the Bossman Show. JC Smith. Follow him on Twitter. JC Smith 926. We out.
Did you hear the news? Metro PCS is now Metro by T-Mobile. Now you get new plans with unlimited high-speed data all month long, all on the T-Mobile network. Check out the new Metro by T-Mobile today and discover the smarter way to get unlimited. Metro by T-Mobile. That's genius. During congestion, the fraction of customers using greater than 35 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds, and Metro customers may notice reduced speeds versus some T-Mobile customers. Video streams at 480p. Coverage not available in some areas. See store for details and terms and conditions.
All right, folks, back on the Bossman Show. Time for the Boss Report. After a week hiatus, the man himself, straight out of Jersey, the man, the one and only from CougsFan.com, Tony T-Bone Williams for the Florida Man Boss Report. What's up, Bone? You're back. Glad to rehire you this week, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the rehire. I just got to say, I'm fighting a head cold this week, but I had to hop on with you again because I know a certain someone in Wisconsin missed me.
Yes, he did. He very much missed you so much that he told me he's proud of me that you wasn't around, but he'll only be proud for a short time because now you're back. You fight through a head cold, so I appreciate your bones. We're going to get into it, brother. Folks, you've been waiting on it. It's time for it. It's here. It's the Boss Report. First story, Bone, is this, my man. Here we go. Florida man and his two friends down in Tampa rob a drugstore of $320,000 in pills. Take precautions like wearing gloves from surgery so they wouldn't leave prints, but toss empty pill bottles out the window of their getaway car, which cops follow like breadcrumbs to arrest them at their hideaway.
So they got a half right. So they thought they were getting away with it by using gloves. and thought to be stealth, and then they left a breadcrumb trail, like
Yes,
a cartoon situation.
Yes, so empty pill bottles that thrown out the window.
so they were half right, and then in the second half, they got caught because they watched too many Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Correct. You're very much correct. And Florida man was arrested for pulling gun on escort, saying, quote, "She was touching everything in my house but my rounds with chick."
He said pull a gun on the girl?
Yeah, the escort was not grabbing his Johnson, so he put a gun on it. She touched everything but my Johnson, pretty much.
So why pull a gun on? See, why go that extreme? There's dozens of ways where you can go get things grabbed and touched on without having to pull a gun on somebody.
Correct.
He could have pulled out a craft. Just hung out there. I mean, it's, discount. Why the gun? I don't get it.
Exactly. Florida man arrested getting topped off and for having 7 to 8 pounds of meth in the van behind him with some iguanas who were waking up.
Oh, that's great. So we have toffee, which I haven't heard that in a while. And we have meth, that's always a good staple in Florida. And the live undead iguanas. The undead iguanas got to be the best storyline of this early year because so many stories that we've done so far have to do with undead iguanas.
Yes. Why were they in your car while you were getting topped off with meth in the back? Why were they around the meth anyway?
Yeah, well, the meth is a Florida staple. I mean, I don't think you can have a Florida man do without meth somewhere involved.
Exactly. And oh god, this is pretty interesting. Florida man wears an F the police shirt to court, wins his case.
Oh, so then I figured that he is not of our ilk.
He's not.
Yeah, he can't be because first of all, once our ilk goes to court, we're going to jail, no matter what. Second of all, you can't walk into a courtroom of our ilk with that shirt and think you can get off scot-free. So kudos to that man for knowing how to play the system.
Yes, indeed. Florida man assaults a mother with potato soup because she wouldn't give him $10 for some Popeyes.
Yeah, that's like that movie Wedding Crashers. Mom, meatloaf. But instead he has potatoes. He told potatoes at her instead. So she would give him $10 for Popeyes, huh?
Mm-hmm. Please.
You know what? I'll tell you though. I just last week had Popeyes chicken dinner for the first time last week, and I kind of get it. So I mean, come off that $10, Mom. I want Popeyes.
Yes, indeed. And get this: Florida man arrested for loitering in neighborhood, saying, "quote I'm checking security systems for Donald Trump." He's the man. Really?
He's checking the security camera for Donald Trump?
Yes. Like, why are you checking those cameras for Donald Trump? Why?
So as if Donald Trump is now out down in Florida in everyone's backyard, lurking around backyard?
Yeah, pretty much. My God.
Nah, see, I know our Presidente is a creep, but I don't think he's just going to be just in some random neighborhood in the backyard somewhere creeping.
Exactly. Man, look at here, bro. Florida man convinces people from all over the country to FedEx him thousands of dollars of cash so he can, to his motel room, so he can, quote, get the coronavirus off their computers. Who is that dumb? The coronavirus is not a computer virus.
Right.
Folks that sell money, they can get the coronavirus off their computer. Like, really?
But are people doing it?
Yes! He's at a Motel 6.
So then I'm not going to blame him. Get that hustle. I'm going to blame all the idiots. So first of all, are sending money or wiring money to the Motel 6. First of all, that or they're not shady at all. And second of all, they're believing him that the coronavirus is a virus and like in your computer, like malware. So I'm not knocking his hustle. For the first time, I'm on the Florida man's side because those idiots who are wiring him money deserve everything they get.
Man, get this. Florida man dressed as Fred Flintstone pulled over for driving the footmobile.
Any story that involves Fred Flintstone, I'm okay with because that was one of my childhood cartoons, man. I love Flintstones. And you know what? So my man was in full Pinto Regal.
Yes,
Regalia.
Everything.
So he was in that tiger skin toga.
Yes, he had everything, bro. Everything.
And he was barefoot.
Yes.
And he had those giant cankles. I love Florida, yo. I love Florida.
Yes. Get this. Florida man pulls gun and says, quote, "I'll kill anybody in here." After he was honked at in the Burger King drive-thru.
Oh, yeah. That's the extreme case of being hangry. My man said, I can't take it anymore. My stomach is rumbling. I can't wait in this line anymore. You better honk at me. I need my Whopper. I need my cheddar bacon king. Hook me up.
Man. Yes, indeed. Florida man doing his thing. Wow. Florida man leaves bar after being broke up by his girlfriend, runs over girlfriend with his car, returns to bar, runs over the bartender, deputies say.
Wow, that took a dark turn. So he ran over the girlfriend first and then the bartender?
Yes.
What did the bartender do to him but serve him drinks?
Exactly.
Like, the bartender is a good time guy. Why are you hurting the good time guy? You know, I'm not saying her the ex lady, but the bartender's your friend. What are you doing?
Yes. Get this. Florida man arrested for whacking his weed whacker in Walmart over seeing a nice posterior in the meat section.
Oh my God, there's so many entendres there. Meat section and whacking, and man, meat section alone is hilarious. But you know, it's Walmart. You know, it's just a typical Tuesday night in Walmart. You know, to take it out, and of course, he's not of our ilk because it would have got shot off right there on the spot.
No, he was of our ilk, though. He was of our ilk, actually.
No.
Yes.
He was of our. That is a game changer. You know what? I probably should have suspected that because you did say that he saw a rather big posterior, right?
Yes.
Okay. So see, folks, that's our thing. That's our ilk. Okay, I'm sorry, I misread that. Yeah, he saw a big one, and he's like, okay. So it makes sense that he was of our ilk. That makes sense.
He was in Tampa, so you know.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yes. Florida man, shoplifting suspect, accused of shoving meat down his pants and stripping naked before getting tased in the jungles by the police. This guy stole meat.
So he stole meat and hit it where the meat is usually, and then his pants fell off?
His pants fell off and he got tased by the police on his Johnson.
I want to know, were the cops aiming for the Johnson?
Yes.
I mean, the bodies are...
Yes, they were aiming, and he was up our ilk too.
Oh, okay. So, well, there's so many jokes there you're going to add to it. But, I mean, the chest area, that's bigger, no? I mean, why is the cop aiming for genitals? Is he jealous? Was he feeling inferior?
I think he may have been.
He might have saw that thing and like, hey, put that Alabama round thing away, man. Got that thing, like, jealous. Like, you're insecure.
Man, terrible. Florida woman smears dog crap on man's bed for not getting a text back to come over and smash her brains in.
Okay. In my past, I've been with a few of those types where if you don't text them back within 5.8 seconds, it's going to go down. So, I see it. Like, I can see the scenario where she's texting him, he's taking a little too long to reply, so she just goes the real extreme way in a hurry. Yeah, I see that.
Thong-wearing Florida man arrested while building a shed with garage on stranger's property.
Hey, why is he in a thong building thing?
Exactly.
Because the thongs don't really hold things together, so, you know, things are just flapping around while you're drilling and banging hammers and stuff. That's an occupational hazard, right?
Very much so. Very, very much so. And the last two we have here. Florida woman teacher suspended for washing out students' mouth with hand sanitizer because the student said, damn, the guy across the room doing a board game.
He said, damn, the guy's not washed out?
Yes.
First of all, this ain't 1930s. No one does that anymore where you say a curse word and you eat soap. That doesn't happen anymore. What school is this? This is crazy.
Yeah, I don't get why that's even a thing.
This ain't a Christmas Story where you get Ralphie in the bathroom and give a big red bar of soap. What is this? In the 30s?
Exactly. And final story is right on cue. Florida man swings sledgehammer at Rite Aid pharmacist for not giving him the pills he wants. He wanted to, quote, get bigger down there.
Ha! So that he wasn't of our ilk, first of all. Okay.
No, he
That's been established. Okay, he wasn't. And he must have watched too much wrestling because he channeled his inner Triple H and got a sledgehammer. So why is the first thing to grab a sledgehammer? Where is the sledgehammer? You know what? I've never seen one up close before in my life, a sledgehammer. So where did he have one on his hand in person?
Exactly. You can't even near a sledgehammer because you want to, quote, get bigger down there. My man,
serious?
Extends is over the counter there, my man. Like, my man, Extends is over the counter there, dude. I didn't get it from Jimmy Johnson. You can get bigger down there. Guess what? It's over the counter there, dude. It's over the counter. You don't have to get that anymore.
Yeah, it's over the counter, and I'm still amazed that I'm 45 years old, and I've never ever seen a sledgehammer up close where someone just pulls out of their car or pull it out of their jacket, and here it is, Triple H style. That's wild.
Yes. So, Bone, what is your take on this week's Boss Report, man?
I'm shocked that someone of our ilk in the Walmart, but then again, you reestablished that it was a big fatty in front of him, so he kind of lost his mind. You know, it happens. It happens. I'm not saying you're going to start whacking off at Walmart over it. That's always a good one. Also, anytime you had dead iguanas, the undead iguanas are always comical. And mess. That's always like there you go. The undead iguanas and mess together are always the best.
Yes, indeed. Well, folks, that's the Boss Report, Boss and Bone. We out.
And if you don't know, now you know, you know.